Day 23 of 100 Days Making Comics, the second run. I'm Ox, and this is where I tell you about how I worked on my independent comic I never forgot for at least 30 minutes out of every day. It is the story of a drifter who wants to accomplish one last goal before he can pass along happily. And I'm currently working on the third issue that just got kickstarted, funded to do the printing. So, working on finishing coloring it right now. For a couple hours I worked on 2 more pages. So I think right now I'm at 8 to go. It's looking stellar. It honestly is. I'm so excited to get this issue out. Just for the simple fact of how more improved it is over the last couple issues. Yeah, that's basically what I did today. I'm gonna hit a bunch of points, so don't get mad. This is probably gonna be a long one today. First note is Thomas Clemens is also doing the 100 Days. He does a webcomic, does a superhero portion of that during the weekend. Kind of getting the building the ground for it right now. I think he said he's going to have it up and going in 6 weeks, 6 months maybe. But you get to see the groundwork that he's laying for it all, and it is really interesting. He's been doing a lot of coloring digitally, so if you're into that, check him out for sure. Gives you all the ins and outs of things you need to check out, but most importantly, I cannot stress this enough, his day 35 video of 100 Days Making Comics. I will put the link in the description for it, but it is so much phenomenal advice. I cannot stress that enough. Starting out in this world of art, I've kind of been guessing and checking for the last 2 years on how to do things, and he lays it out so perfectly that it is easy to see what steps you need to take. If you're an artist, I need you to go watch that video because it's filled with so much good information about getting a schedule together, building a routine for yourself, little things that is like you're representing your name now, so you have to strive to be a good person. No one's going to buy your book or your art or anything like that if you come off as an a-hole. So, just so much good information. So much good information. It's probably about 40 minutes, I think. Near the end, he gets interrupted a couple times, but there's so much good information in that video. Go look at it. Go check him out. All his videos are so good. If I were to build a webcomic, I would definitely use all of his advice. Since I'm working on my own comic, I've kind of got a different ship to steer, so it is fun. Though we're wildly different, there are a lot of things that cross over. Basic standpoints from marketing yourself and getting your name out there and stuff like that. So, with that, last night we had the 6th hangout for the hundreds. I think there were 6 of us that were conversing for about 2 hours. Put the link in the description as well for that. A lot of good stuff. Carrie hosted, and she did this phenomenal looking Leo. Kind of grayscale. I think his wraps are blue, but everything else is grayscale. It just, so good. So check that out. It goes for about 2 hours. A lot of good stuff. I think near the end of it, I was starting to talk about the printer I use, and if you are in the hundreds and you are in the email chain, I did give his page in that email list, so check him out. He's a phenomenal guy too. One other thing I wanted to say about it, I started telling a little bit about Kickstarter And I'm nowhere near an aficionado at this point, but I've done 4 at this point. 1 has been unsuccessful, but 3 have been successful, and those 3 are the first 3 issues of this comic book. And I feel over those 4, I've learned some very valuable tips. I'm going to share those with you next week. I'm kind of getting all my ideas down on paper so I can be very clear and poignant about what I want to say about different things. It'll probably go for a good week. It's going to start in day 30 if you're watching these for the hundreds. I will link it in the hundreds Facebook group as well as on my normal Facebook page too. It's going to go from everything from rewards, tiers, and how you should kind of construct your funding. A lot of good things that I've learned, picked up on the way, that hopefully you can utilize for your own Kickstarter campaigns and stuff. But like I said, that'll be starting next week, so I can get a week start at getting all my thoughts and ideas down so I can deliver them very clearly. So with all that said, I still have a bunch of notes. I think I'm going to skip a couple of these and hit on them in the next few days. Just because I don't want this to be too long. There is one more thing. If you're a fan of Dungeons & Dragons or like RPG type campaign stuff, Will Wheaton does a tabletop game show on YouTube where he gets a couple friends and they play a tabletop game. Well, when they were funding the 2nd season of it, they did it through Kickstarter, and one of the stretch goals for it was they would do an RPG game. They did. They have recorded it, and they just put out the 9th episode. I will link it in the description. Hopefully they have a playlist too that I'll link. But if you are a storyteller, I cannot tell you enough how much you need this whole thing. The story that is being woven with these characters is so phenomenal and so good. Literally last night I got in 10 minutes into the video. Each one of them was probably about 45 minutes. I got 10 minutes in and I was already linking it. Like, it's such an emotional grasp, and all they are doing is just playing this RPG. Just check it out. The link is in the description. Sincerely, it is such good storytelling, and I feel like those could be utilized in any story, like just the delivery and the different ways all the little bits connect to everything else. It's so good. I look forward to every bit, every week. I think there's one more episode. I think it only has 10, but it's so good. I cannot. I'm so envious of the story they've told thus far, and they still have a finale to get to. So it's like, oh, it's so good. I can't say that enough. It's so good. But one last thing I want to do before I sign off for tonight. I told you about this last week, I believe. I said I was going to show you an artist friend. I believe she's going to be helping with me doing a couple panels for the first issue when I really redo it for the trade. She's going to be doing the cover and a panel or two that I'll replace in the book for her stuff. But this is just a little inspirational thing I have hanging where I work. I know Kevin Cross has showed off his workspace area and like what he has hanging up to like inspire him, but this is one of the big things for me. Okay, So I'm trying to see if you can see that. But it's got a lion like gnawing on this moon. And down below it says, "The trouble with devouring stars, there are always strings attached." And I just feel that so strongly resonates with everything I do, that I try taking on the world, but I have to remember that sometimes taking on the world is a little bit more than I can handle, but it doesn't mean not to strive for it. Hangs by my wall where I work. I look at it when I'm getting a little down. I will be sharing a few of these things over the next week for sure. Yeah, I think I'm going to stop it there. So I'm still coloring. I've got 8 pages to go. Hopefully I can knock those out in the next 2 days. Be done with that for Tuesday. Get working on the first 6 pages of issue 4 for the back of issue 3, and then a couple pages to clean up and whatnot for the issue, and that should be tidied up. I'm not sure if I'm going to be gone next weekend. There's a band show up in Minnesota that I might go to. I went to it last year and it was pretty phenomenal. I think it would be another avenue that I could utilize to get my comic out there. So haven't decided for sure. I'd love to go to it, but I don't know if I have the funds to make it happen. So we'll see. Yeah, coloring the next couple days. I've got a lot of notes to share, and look forward to the tips and advice I'll have for Kickstarter, starting with day 30. Should be next Sunday. I'll be starting those, but I'm probably going to hit the hay right now so I can get up about 4 o'clock in the morning and start working on the comic some more. I'll hit you up tomorrow for day 24 and look forward to day 26. I'll say 26 so I can get all the sketches done, and I'll show off that print. That will be in the book too. So that's what's going on with me. I hope your weekend treated you well. It treated me very well, so I'm on cloud 9 right now, enjoying it. I hope you're doing the same. So I'll check in with you for day 24 of the second run of 100 days tomorrow. Later.